the last three. So who wins this one? Let's find out, shall we? In the company of Wayne Mardle and Dan Dawson.
Thank you very much, Emma. Well, how to make friends and influence people. Thanks to Damon Heta, who has decided he's had a whole series of wacky walk-ons over the course of this year. Says it helps him relax, helps him get into a state to play a game of darts. Most of the time, it's been very well received by fans across Europe. He's picked a local song, he's picked a local theme. Here, he appears to have annoyed 99.8% of people in this building who are already chanting against him. So I don't know if this was a wise move or not, but I'm sure after a couple of legs it'll all be forgotten. But this game may be remembered for an awful long time. We will see something this afternoon we've never seen before. One of these two picks up their first win at the World Matchplay. And whoever does has got to be considered a very real contender for the title. Wayne, it's a difficult one to call. Everybody has a different opinion on who wins this.
Yeah, it really is difficult, but you're right. Whoever gets through, they're a bona fide contender. And the way I look on it then is that, right, in tour events that just happen seemingly kind of every week, every other week, are these contenders? Yes, so why shouldn't they be contenders this week with the same players playing against the similar players? And when you look at the way Joe plays darts, and just like that, he does that a lot. He hits a lot of 9 darters, by the way. And if he was to start off by cracking one in, that would be the most amazing introduction to World Matchplay debuts that I've ever seen, but not to be. But like, I just think these are two possible winners. More so for me, Josh Rock, I have to say.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one because they've played at similar sorts of standards this year.
Yeah.
They've both reached a number of quarterfinals and semi-finals and finals. All right, Damon's won a couple of titles. In very recent couple of weeks, he's won those 2 titles. But Rock has just about outperformed him in terms of the stats.
Yeah, what I actually believe with Josh is that his ceiling and what he seems to produce, as in, we don't know his ceiling, but towards what we feel might be the top of it, just seems that little bit higher than Damon's.
Ah, yes, but as you always say, Wayne, it's not about how good you can be, it's how regularly you can be good.
Yes. Yeah, I'm annoying myself now, Dan.
Well, this is a good start. It means he gets a dart for the opening leg. And takes it to break the Aussie's thumb.
Yeah, I'm a real fan of Josh, I have to say, the way he plays the game. He plays at a real nice pace, his action is simple, he does a lot of things right, and we've used the term time and time again, Dan, there's so many first dart merchants, and he's just another one.
Yeah, he is, but you can also say the same about Damon. Look, Damon came to this tournament last year in exactly the same position as Josh Rock, pretty much. Yeah. He was not in the top 16, but of the qualifiers, he was head and shoulders clear of everybody.
He was favourite to beat Joe Cullen.
Yes, and Josh Rock is favourite to win here against the seeded player. It is the same position, and what happened? Joe Cullen took Damon Heta to school.
Yeah.
Damon even said after winning his latest title, look, I want to do to Josh what Cullen did to me.
Easier said than done, because at the very outset of this game, Josh Rock is finding that first dart easy to hit the 60, and that's exactly where you want to be, what you want to feel, because it's all about the grouping from there. There's no chopping and changing.
Well, that just opens the door slightly, potential for Damon to break back. He'll start on the 19s.
Needs another treble, really, to put the utmost pressure on Rock. And does. This leg has took a turn.
Could it take another?
Well, from 1-5-2, it's been horrific from Rock. Can Damon sew up the first leg? And the answer is yes. From starting off with a maximum, it just took a downward spiral from there, didn't it?
Well, I reckon Josh Rock, having only set foot on the match play stage for the first time minutes ago, kicking off 180, breaking throw with hitting tops first start, he'll have felt that this is just like any other event, but things might change and his feelings might change as this game goes on.
Yeah.
But in the early exchanges, I never really in leg 3, Josh Rock looks like he's playing Josh Rock stuff, and Josh Rock stuff is good enough to win things,
yes.
Lots of things.
And you don't have to play better than you do on tour to win a major. You just have to do, like you said, your stuff, your level. And
if you longer.
Yes, just do it for longer. If you win on tour with I'm just saying, on a particular day with a 96, 97 average, let me tell you, that wins majors. You don't have to average all these flashy free figures. It's about doing the right thing at the right time.
Well, Josh Rock is averaging between 96 and 97 across all tournaments for 2023. So that is his normal level. Maintain that, have a bit of luck, right shots at the right moments, as somebody will always say, and that does win you things.
Talking about a bit of luck, if you fancy Dirk van Dijvenbode to win it, he's still going. He beat Kim Ibrex and Kim missed the match dart. So this is what happens. You need that bit of fortune.
2 breaks to throw already in this game. A third one is being threatened. But Damon Heta needs a perfect visit, and already the chance is gone. Inch in front again. Double top.
44.
Took out the 68. Bullseye now. Oh. You heard the click of the wire.
Looks a good guide, doesn't make use of it, and does not find double 5. Damon Heta for the first hold of throw and to lead for the first time in this one.
They're all meaningful legs. Well, he's lucky he didn't hit 27 with his first start. That would have been no good at all. But after losing the first leg, Damo leads 2-1.
Well, name a number, because however big it is, I think Josh Rock could have got that many darts in that treble 20, and that was it. There were acres of size to play.
Yeah, once he does it that first 60, he's a bit like Dirk in that regard. He doesn't waste any time, does he, in throwing darts 2 and 3. It's like, right, the marker's there, just throw.
Yeah, and you saw Dirk van Dijvenbode sort of speed up as the game went on earlier on. Don't be surprised if you see Damon Heta do that.
Yeah.
He wants to play quicker, and you could see in that visit as it got quicker and quicker. He found his mark, he stayed there, and that's his first max.
But it just reiterates then the importance of the first dart. That 60 was in, he relaxed and he flowed. Like Dan said, expect to see more of that.
Oh yeah, more. Well, this is encouraging from Heta.
Yeah, he's feeling good now. He was kind of, that was a little fist pump there. Yeah, I think they're now both kind of into their stride. Of course, they can get better. Big moments. T. White's big. It's 3-1. And Damon Heta has the darts. And in this quintet of legs, before the break, you go in at 4-1, down, you are in trouble. I don't care how good you are.
Well, 11 darter there from Damon Heta. Rock looking to produce something at least as good. 3 180s in the first 5 legs from Josh. Well, 4.5 legs. The signs are encouraging.
Yeah. Be a great leg for him to break back, it really would. And he's not faffing on darts 4, 5 and 6 either. Already up to 27th in the world, but on the Pro Tour Order of Merit, outside the top 16, he is top, Josh Rock, by some tune.
Put it in context, Kim Huybrechts took the last qualified spot, won about 40 grand. Josh Rock won 3 times that amount in a 12-month period to qualify.
Yeah, like I said, the ranking of 27 is not going to hang around for long. He's going to climb and climb.
Lovely dart. 11 darter right back at Damon Heta. We've got a contest here. The Aussie #1 and the man who could be Northern Ireland's #1 come the end of this tournament. It is only a leg between them at the first break.
A little reminder for you that you can see the final round of the Barbasol Championship from 9 o'clock tonight. It is American PGA Tour rookie Trevor Cohn who leads heading into that final day. He's got a 1-shot lead at 17 under. So you can see the conclusion from 9 o'clock, like I said, over on Sky Sports Golf. Well, on an afternoon of tight tungsten here in Blackpool, it kind of looks like our third match of the session is going the same way. Fascinating already. Aussie #1 Damon Heta leads Josh Rock by 3 legs to 2 at the first break. So let's see then how the rest unfolds with Wayne and Dan.
Thank you very much, Emma. Well, it's all set up very nicely, isn't it? Both of these guys fighting it out for a spot in round 2. We've already seen Danny Noppert inch through against Martin Schindler, holding off a fight back from the German. Dirk van Duijvenbode versus Kim Huybrechts could have gone either way. They both got match darts before Dirk finally closed it out. We still got former champion James Wade to come against the Masters champion Chris Dobey. But for many people, this was the standout tie of this afternoon's session. And so far, it is living up to the billing, as is Josh Rock.
Yeah, Josh Rock is just manufacturing a few more darts at a double than Damon Heta. Damon's hit 3 of 4, Josh 2 of 6. Just averaging 93, Heta 97, Rock. There's not really a lot in it, Dan, but you just feel that Damon has got to just hit a few more, maybe 2 or 3 figure scores, because Josh seems like he's going to kind of continue in that vein.
Well, they both have this capability to enter this zone where, for a little spell, it might be a leg, it might be 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs, sometimes entire Pro Tour games. They just hit everything. And it's how often those spells come around, how long they last, and hopefully the other guys are doing the same and stopping you in your track.
Yeah.
Because they both have the capability to take the game away from the other one. At the minute, it's nip and tuck.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to judge a world-class player, where if you play well, your opponent has effectively little say.
Well, we saw that when Josh Rock made headlines by whacking in an average over 120 against Brendan Dolan last year. He whitewashed Michael van Gerwen in a Euro Tour semi-final. Normal players don't do that.
Correct.
Well, decent as he comes back out the break, Josh Rock. He's got a little bit of time with which to work. And for the 17s.
Again, Damo just chasing a leg. Looking for a 140 now.
And you can just see the pace here from Damo is not very quick.
Spot on.
He's come out of the break, and he's taking, it's like a machine going through the gears.
Yeah. Yeah, he can sometimes appear very deliberate, Heta, but when that first start is in, he's anything but. He's rhythmic, he's actually quite speedy. But he's so reliant on the first start being above or in. I expect these to be quicker, and they are. Once the first start is in or above, he's as good as anyone, Damon.
But he can't fake it. He can't just go up and just lob them any old way and hope that one of them lands. He has to try and calibrate the radar.
Yes.
And there we go, that's it. And now the rhythm can kind of speed up because he knows what he's doing. Oh, they dragged that last one, didn't they? Well, those numbers are going to have to improve for Australia's number one.
Yeah.
That is about the sort of level that he's played in his two previous Blackpool appearances. And he hasn't won.
What I will say is draws have not been very good, have they?
No.
MVG, Cullen, and now, OK, whilst he's the seed here, Josh Rock is not the norm of the unseeded players, is he?
There are two unseeded players you want to avoid. One was Gary Anderson, one is Josh Rock. Damon has been gifted this particular one.
Yeah. Saw Rock cross last evening. Take out the 170. He went on to lose to Daryl Gurney.
That leaves double 16. Heta cannot take it out. Those ton plus finishes, big part of Damon Heta's game. Hits them more regularly than the vast majority of players. But that one isn't found. And that is a missed big number from Josh Rock.
Well, I actually think he missed the big 16 earlier in the piece when he wanted 64. I was unsure whether he went for an 8 or a 16 on that occasion.
I'm not sure either. Josh Rock is one of those players, a bit like an Adrian Lewis, former Matchplay finalist, who does seem to switch between tops and double 16.
Correct.
Seemingly at whim.
Yeah, yeah. It was just when he hit that 8 on the... It was on the wire to try to pop the 64. And I'm not sure if he's entirely comfortable on that 16 bed right now.
Yeah, we don't know about that, but we do know that that was a mistake.
Yes.
Rock, and it's cost him a chance to break the throw.
Yeah.
There have been precious few opportunities for Josh Rock to play darts of this format length.
Yeah.
He hasn't reached a major quarter-final yet. Couple of last 16 runs at the Slam and at the European Championship. Lost out in very close, very high-quality games to Michael Smith and Michael Van Gerwen.
Yeah, that Van Gerwen game was just, it was ludicrous. Mind you, the Euros as well was probably even more so.
And of course, he lost a thrill of a game to Johnny Clayton at the World. So it's not as if he's seen these runs in big tournaments come to a shuddering halt against somebody you expect him to beat.
This is only his 7th major PDC event, Dan. So he's a World Youth Champion, we'll not count that, but senior-wise, only his 7th is a mere baby.
He is, but he's a dangerous one.
Yes.
Good stuff from Heta. Sets up the shot, chance to break the throw and re-establish that two-leg gap that he did manage to get in the opening session.
Yeah, he was 3-1 up, don't forget. It was thrown for 4-1, but Josh Rock put an 11 darter before the break. Is he going to move over? Yes, he is. Double 8 now. Hunting it down and finds it. Well, you see him a lot more than I do on the European Tour now, but he's really kind of, he's grown a personality over the last couple of years. He's more relaxed on the hockey because he knows he belongs.
He's trying to enjoy himself.
Yes.
And to be fair to him, he is.
Yes.
And you can see him interact with the crowd. He's an Aussie sportsman. He doesn't mind a bit of back and forth with the crowd.
But this all alleviates tension, you know. I'm sure that's why he does it. Like, as in coming on, and we've seen him with skis, he's come on with a Dutch football top playing a Dutchman and all sorts, and today come on with a cricket bat and everything else. And if anything helps you alleviate pressure, do it.
Well, look, that last visit, he's smirking all the way through it. He's having fun, and it produces his second maximum. Josh Rock, you feel, is a much more intense individual.
Yes.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
The stare that curdled milk, that. A bit like Dirk van Dijvenbode. Look, different players have different attitudes
That's right.
they bring to the sport and allows them to play their best.
If everyone went at the speed of the way Josh Rock walks, this would be over in like 15 minutes, as in the whole event. He does nothing slow. Look at him, look! He's like the Flash.
Oh, how about this? This could be gone in a flash. He's got a miss high.
It's a good miss. And for kind of the first or second time, Damon Heta has outscored Rock in a leg. It's not happened that often. And he's now had 11 darts at a double and it's 6, so 55%. Now, the way it's changed then, you said earlier, and you were quite right in what you said about Damon's going to have to improve, but he has. And if he continues on this path, Rock's in trouble.
Yeah, I think Josh has seen his average fall by 4 or 5 points in these last 4 legs or so.
And Damon get better.
Yeah, not by much, but by enough.
Yes.
Nobody's running away with the legs. They're closely contested, but they keep on ticking over for the Aussie #1. And that's going to put pressure on Josh Rock, and you can see it in his demeanour as he scurries around the stage with a scowl on his face.
Huge pressure to hold it. Oh, he didn't like that. You could tell by the wobble of the head. That was a late release from Josh Rock.
Well, it's enough to leave a finish, but it's not enough to really worry Rock. An extra 40 points and he would have been concerned.
Yeah, some players throw and their darts sticking at all kinds of angles, and some are just hanging in. But you look at the way Damon Heta throws, and the darts help. The darts go in so clean and tidy.
Yeah, uniform, with authority, a real thud. Thudding into the skinny throat there.
I like the thought process. It was just not executed well at all. But for 7-3, massive moment for Damon Heta here. 17 for tops. Rock is open, he misses, and Rock will be rocked because he is now 7-3 down in that middle. Continue to kind of pick up the pace even more so, and he's looked more and more comfortable as this game's kind of carried on.
Yes, and he's a heavy favourite to be sliding his bat over the crease for the second round at the minute for the first time in his career. He has the darts here, and 8-3 would be an even more daunting mountain to climb for Josh Rock.
Started off this match with a maximum, Josh, and then was finding the 60 with his first dart with ease. That's just changed a bit, so it all becomes a bit more of a chore. But now, after just 9 darts, leading 7-3, Damon Heta wants 98. And the pressure is telling. He's a young, inexperienced player, Josh Rock, but we know that he can do it. But everything's a learning curve.
Yeah, the frustration is there because Josh Rock is not playing to the levels that he normally plays at. He's not far off, but he's far enough to be exposed by one of the top-ranked players in the world.
Yeah.
And that's what's been happening so far in this game. Heta's only going to get 2 darts at double hit, and he might block his path to double top. has to move. How important with that bounce out in the last visit? It might be very important.
It feels like it has to go. Got to go 42. You don't go the board here. That's it, tops. He's annoyed, and so he should be. The minute he left his hand, he knew it was low.
And Damon Heta is edging towards his first win of the World Matchplay. He may well do to Josh Rock what Joe Cullen did to him last year. That was a 10-2 mauling.
Yeah.
And it'd be difficult to describe this as a mauling, even if Hector wins the next two legs.
Yeah.
But the scoreline would not be one that Josh Rock wants to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't felt like it's been one-way traffic. Even the last 5 legs that have all gone to Damon Heta haven't felt like Rock hasn't had chances. Whilst they've been limited, he has had chances. But that 102 attempt in the last leg, it felt that the dart at tops to me just felt a little desperate. And going low is what you can do when you're under the cosh.
Well, when your chances are limited, when they do come around, all of a sudden, you're desperate for it.
It's hard to stay composed. And I know. I'm talking through experience right now. Chasing every leg for about 20 years.
Good cardio, though.
Yep.
Treble 20. Now, this is a chance under no pressure. Much more like it from Josh Rock. I think the reaction says it all. Josh Rock knows he's got what it takes to do this sort of stuff. He just hasn't been doing it enough for the last 8-9 legs.
Yeah. And whilst he can keep Damon at 8 legs, he's in it. He'll feel in it. When your opponent gets to 1 away, then you compose, you can go, you can become just beaten mentally.
Well, we did, of course, see Danny Noppert in the opening game of the afternoon session go 7-3 up and then find himself in a real dogfight.
Yeah, Shindy got better, though, didn't he? You just feel that Rock's got better in the last, what, minute and a half, 2 minutes.
And you would expect him to get better. The average has started climbing over the, well, since that break to above 96.5.
Yeah.
This is more like the Josh Rock we know, and if it keeps on going, then Damon Heta is going to start feeling that this young man is racing up behind him.
And I noticed with those last 3 from Damon as well, they were deliberate. That's better. That's what he needs. To flow, that first dart simply has to go in or above. Below, he's just kind of debilitating it. It's stressful. It's chory.
Neck and neck. Gets the dart for the leg. 2+ finish. Damon Heta throws up another barrier in Josh Rock's comeback row.
Look how clean that double 14 went in. So clean. So clean.
Well, it doesn't matter how clean or how filthy. Damon Heta just needs one more leg from here.
Dirty darts.
Oh, it could be the most disgusting leg you ever saw, but if the heat gets his hands on it, this is done and dusted.
Rock now feels that whilst it's desperate, it feels like a hopeless position. You stand up there and it's like, just give me a chance to win another leg. And then after that, it's just give me a chance to win another leg. That's all you can do. Horrible situation this is.
Look, and Damon knows. Look, all the talk, or lots of the talk last year was about Damon Heta and
No,
how
it was all
brilliantly
of
he
it.
was playing.
It was all of it.
Yeah. And he is taking delight in putting Josh Rock in his place.
Tell you what, he's hell of a winner, isn't he? I love it. And I'll go back to, he come on stage enjoying himself, and it's great that he, look, the scoreline dictates, the way he's playing dictates, but he's trying to enjoy himself in a pressurised environment, and he is doing so.
Well, I thought walking on in the baggy green was the most Aussie thing I've ever seen, but actually lording it up while romping to victory might be the most Australian thing I've ever seen in sport. But he's not going to win it in this lap. Heta stranded on tops. Rock's still here, but for how much longer?
The last three legs, 125 from Rock, 107 from Damon Heta, and then a 112 from Rock. Well, that was a poor visit from Josh. Is he going to get away with it? Sort of.
Well, we talked about the spells that these players are both capable of producing. There is nothing in the averages between them at the minute. They're both averaging 95.5. But the thing is, Josh Rock has now found himself in a position where he needs one of those spells. He needs it now, and he cannot stop.
Yeah.
And that is a horrible position to be in. You are playing no-miss darts, and that's the worst kind of darts to play.
And this, absolute fact, has been his worst first 9 darts of any leg in this contest. It's on 3-4-7 after 9. And that's just because of the pressure. You can't relax. You try to put them in. You have no rhythm. And you become desperate. That is so good under pressure.
He's got himself a few points ahead. But is it enough? Might be, because Heta can't leave a finish. All he can do is take it leg by leg. Dart by dart.
Yeah. 100% right there. One dart just leads to the other. If it leads to winning a leg, then great, start the next one. You cannot think about winning. Right, I need 6 more legs. You can't think like that. It becomes undoable. And that will undo anyone. Heta 168 to leave 16. And he will get a go at it for a 10-5 win.
For his first ever win at the World Matchplay. And to take out a highly fancied Josh Rock. That's exactly what he's done. Damon Heta, a big milestone in this man's career. The world number 14 takes out the world youth champion by 10 legs to 5. He didn't even need to fire in his best stuff. He was just good enough, often enough, and Josh Rock was put under pressure, well, from very early on in the game.
Yeah, I think that's testament to how good Damon Heta really is, because, Dan, you just said it, he was nowhere near his best, and yet he has been an accomplished player. He's beaten a man averaging 95.5, averaging 45%, which is decent, by the way. This is not a poor performance from Josh Rock. He'd be bitterly disappointed he didn't get anything from it. But Damon Heta has put Rock to the sword, he's kept him under it, and there's a lot to like about Damon Heta right now. The way he carries himself, the way he plays, and then